This was the longest flight of my life. Fly with me to Tokyo, Japan. In 2025, we're keeping the traveling coming. And everybody's been talking about Japan, so I had to go. Tell me why this is like the longest flight out of Atlanta. I think it is the third longest direct flight after Cape Town in Korea. It was around 14 and a half hours. And when I tell you, I had to get creative to keep myself entertained and not go crazy. And also, everybody on this flight was super nice. When we were waiting at the gate, like, people kept talking to me, giving me recommendations for Japan. On this flight, they did give us slippers, blankets, and a pillow. As you know, I have to wipe my stuff down because I'm not getting sick on this trip. Thank God they had slippers because I wore Doc Martens on this flight. So I took those right off and put on those slippers. Everyone was dead asleep before we took off. But we were finally in the air, so let the entertainment begin. I bought this book on the plane. It's set in Japan about the convenience stores. It was pretty good. I read about half of it. I also make playlists for every trip I go on. I highly recommend it because it allows you to associate your time there with specific songs. And I also add songs during the trip that remind me of my time there. We had our first round of drinks and I watched 2 episodes of Abbott. By the time I finished those episodes, we got food. We get 3 meals on this flight. They said this is Chipotle chicken, but it tasted more like barbecue chicken, and I don't really like barbecue, to be honest, but a meal is a meal. I took a nap and woke up in literally the Arctic tundra. I think we flew over Alaska and Canada, but it's crazy that this is real. I was looking for polar bears or something. We got our second meal, which was the calzone, and I was watching Lion King. At this point, I was getting a little funky. I'm sorry, it is 14 hours, so I have to go to the bathroom and like reapply some deodorant and reapply my scents. I was going a little crazy, so I walked around the cabin and then I went in the back and was stretching literally in the kitchen with the flight attendant. We were lit back there. I know people were looking at me crazy, but I'm sorry, I was about to literally crash out. Now, I couldn't leave this flight without watching Crazy Rich Asians. Every flight I go on, I have to watch this. Plus, it's my first time in Asia, like it's so fitting. But we made it through and we touched down in Tokyo. Follow if you want to see what we get into.